In this video, we're going to take a look at the equation of a circle written in standard form. So what we've looked at so far, we've primarily talked about the equation of a circle written in this form: x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared, with our center point being at the point hk and the radius equal to r. But sometimes we are given the equation of a circle in what's called the general form. And the general form of the equation of the circle is essentially achieved when you take the standard form and you rewrite it as x minus h times x minus h plus y minus k times y minus k is equal to r squared. And you go through and you double distribute your x minus h's, you double distribute with the y minus k, and you simplify, you bring your r squared over and rearrange the formula to get to the general form. What we're going to talk about in this video, though, is what happens if we are given the general form of the equation, as you can see here, and I want to bring it back to standard form. So the very first thing I'm going to do when I'm given this general formula is I want to start by grouping my variables together on the left, and I put my numbers on the right. So what that kind of looks like is I'm going to take all of my x squareds and put them together. So I'm going to have x squared minus 4x plus y squared minus 6y is equal to a negative 8. And so what I've done here is I've just taken this 8, brought it to my right hand side, put my numbers on my right, and I've put my y's together and my x's together. So once I've done that, I'm going to start to get ready to complete the square. And for this next step, I'm just going to put boxes in. So I'm going to rewrite this and just kind of get my page ready to get my work shown the right way here. So I can rewrite this as x squared minus 4x. And I remember that when I have to complete the square, I have to take my b value, have it, square it, and then add it to both sides. So this box is going to be that number that I'm going to put the number in and adding it to both sides. So I'm going to do that for my x values, but then I'm also going to do that for my y values. So to keep my equation balanced, I'm going to put my plus blue box over here and put my plus red box over here. So now I can go through and actually do the process of completing the square now that I'm ready and geared up to do it. And remember, you take your b value and you have it, you square it, and you add it to both sides. So I take my 4, in this case negative 4, I take half of it and I square it and I get a positive 4. With my b value on my y's, I take the 6, negative 6, I square it. So I take half of it. So negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. Square that negative 3 to get a positive 9. Watch your signs. So if I rewrite this, by inputting these new numbers in, I'm going to get x squared minus 4x plus 4, that's where that number comes from, plus y squared minus 6y plus 9. Is equal to negative 8, and because I added it to one side, I have to add it to the other. Plus 4 plus 9. From here, I want to factor each perfect square. And simplify. So if I take a look here, I'm going to first focus on my x values for my perfect square that I'm going to factor, and that can be factored into an x minus 2 squared. Plus, now I'm going to factor my y trinomial. That gets factored into something that multiplies to a positive 9, adds to a negative 6, is going to be y minus 3 squared. And when I go ahead and combine negative 8 plus 4 plus 9, I end up with a positive 5. Now if I go back and I want to then think about this as an equation of a circle, the reason why I would want to go from my general form down to this standard form is because generally when we think of an equation of a circle, we have two pieces of information we're always trying to find: the center and our radius. And it's a lot easier to find those two pieces of information if we're in standard form. So from here I can get that my center is going to be the point 2, 3, and my radius is equal to the square root of 5.